Today, I am going to compare and contrast active listening and hearing. When people speak, we only remember 50% of what people say, so we're not really listening. So my first compare and contrast is knowing the definitions. So active listening is being attentive, is being understanding the sounds and translating them in your brain into meaning. You can do this by when you listen to music and you understand the words that the artist is singing and the story that they're telling. Whereas if you were to just hear it, you're only listening to the sounds, the perceived sounds. You aren't listening to the song. You're just hearing the music and then not remembering when the song is over what the artist was trying to say. 4 steps into being an active listener are being attentive, understanding, responding, and then remembering. Some key ideas is important to take out of what somebody is trying to say when you're being an active listener. You can ask questions and reflect on if you need clarification on what they're saying. You can also paraphrase to help improve your listening skills. If you're able to, you can take notes while you're in class to help remember what the teacher is saying in order to pass the test. Also, body language is really important. You have to be attentive and be focused on them and face towards them and be aware of what they're trying to say. Some poor listening habits, you have to be really careful on probing. You can be offensive to somebody if you're trying to dig into too much and not into something that they don't really want to talk about. You're not really listening to what they're trying to say. You avoid being distracted. This can either be on your phone or your computer or just somebody else that's in the room. Also, deflecting is a poor listening habit. If you're deflecting, then you're not really listening to what the messenger is saying. You're changing the topic, and that can come across as rude. There's also message overload, where the brain is so overwhelmed with information that it just distracts itself and won't pay attention, and then you're not listening. Some experiences that I've had is I'm a little bit hard of hearing, so when I am listening to somebody, I have to use my effective listening skills by having my body language face towards them and put away my phone and focus on what they're trying to say rather than being distracted by little noises or pretending that I hear them when I really am not understanding what they're saying. And with work, I will paraphrase what my boss is giving me duties to do. That way I can give them feedback to see if it's positive or not, or if I'm misconstruing what they're trying to say. So far, we've gone over what not to do when listening, some bad habits. We've looked at what it is to be an active listener, and I think that we can be better listeners if we think about it constantly, if we try and better ourselves. It's something that is achievable and that we can use every day. Thank you.